Hey, good evening. This is attorney Tim Anderson. I'm going to walk you through the removal process of an elected official. Now, I've done this video one time before, but I'm actually going to break the code down for you so that it is very easily explainable. All right. So first off, before we get too far started here, I know you're mad about what he did today, and I know there's a lot of chatter about recall. And what I'm trying to do is put this in very real perspective of what would have to be done and what kind of effort you're looking at. And before I go even further than that, let me say this. There's never been a successful recall of any governmental official at the state level ever in Virginia. All right. So in order to recall the governor, this is the code section right here. It's 24.2-233 of the Code of Virginia. Now, when you look at 24.2-233 of the Code of Virginia, these are the reasons of why you could recall an elected official. Now, this is called a judicial recall. All right. So the very first thing that you have to get to starts right here. All right. It must be signed by a number of registered voters who reside within the jurisdiction of the officer equal to 10% of the total number of votes cast at the last election for the office that it holds. Okay, so that's 10%. All right. And then what you'd have to allege in the petition, if you can get to the 10%, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, is, which one of these does he fall under? Okay, now clearly, the only one that really matters here is this one right here, and that is for neglect of duty, misuse of office, or incompetence in the performance of his duties within the neglect of the duty or misuse of his office. Okay? Now, a lot of you probably feel this way, and one ground for removal could be declaring a state of emergency when there really wasn't actionable intelligence. Now, you'd have to prove that. You're going to need a whistleblower. You're going to need somebody on the inside that would be able to come out and say that the governor did not have that actionable intelligence. All right. You can't file a petition for removal and then do the discovery on the back side. You've got to have the evidence up front. But let's just say you have it. All right. Let's really break down the idea of what it's going to take to recall this governor. All right. So we have to get 10% of the voters, and then we have to make a allegation of misuse of office. Now, keep in mind that the governor has not signed any legislation into law. So any of the 2A problems that you all are having with him, he hasn't signed anything in. So as it stands right this minute, probably all you have is just the governor's order today that you can't bring firearms to the state capitol grounds. All right, now let's look over here to the Department of Elections. Okay. All right. Now, I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me see if I can switch this screen. Let's see, share this tab instead. All right, here we go. All right. So you all should be looking at the Department of Elections screen now. All right. Hopefully, can somebody comment and say that you can see the election screen? Just type it real quick before I keep going. Anyone? Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. So Department of Election screen. Here's the election. All right. 2017. Governor Northam won 1,408,818 votes. Okay. Against Mr. Gillespie, which won 1,175,000, and then Clifford Hera down here got 27,000 votes. Okay, so basically, this is the line that matters right here. There were 2,614,000 votes cast. Okay, now when you look at the removal statute, it says that you have to get 10% of the total number of votes cast. All right, I'll go back to this. All right, so here we go. You have to have 10% of the total number of votes cast. Okay. All right. So coming back here, you have 2,614,000. So you need 260,000 voters to sign it. Now, many times people will say you really need about 15% more than that. So you need basically 300,000 people, because a lot of people are going to sign it or double sign it or whatever, and there's going to be people that are going to be set aside. So you're going to need about 300,000 people. Now, you're not going to be able to just go to Roanoke and get 300,000 people to sign your petition. All right, you're not going to be able to go to Lobby Day and get everybody to sign the petition. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to break it down per jurisdiction. So you're going to have to go here to Accomack County, and you're going to have to, if we're going to say 15%, you're going to have to get 1,500 people in Accomack County. You're going to have to go here to Albemarle County. You're going to have to get 6,000 people to sign that one. In Alexandria, you're going to have to get 6,000 people. And Allegheny, you're going to have to get, so you're going to basically, my point is you're going to have to go through all of these numbers, all right? And you're going to have to get about 15% from every one of these jurisdictions, all right, including Fairfax and Alexandria, where they're heavily Democratic. And then every one of these signatures has to be signed under the penalties of perjury, meaning that the allegations contained in the petition are true and correct to the best of the person's knowledge. And if they made a false statement, that voter could actually be charged with a felony for making a perjury statement on an official government form. So having people sign this, you're putting a lot of liability here. But like in Virginia Beach, you'd have to get probably about 15,000 signatures, all right, just in the city of Virginia Beach. Point is that you're talking about 300,000 signatures spread all over the state, proportional to each jurisdiction that has voted, and they would all have to be registered voters. And then you get to get into court, and then you have to go here, and you're going to have to plead for neglect, misuse of office, or incompetence in the performance of his duties when the neglect of his duty misused the office, or incompetence in the performance of his duties has a material effect upon the conduct of his office. All right. So I'm telling you all this because it's important for you to hear this. One, you do not get to sign an online petition. Okay. So all these online petitions that are popping up are 100% worthless. They are not worth the 30 seconds that it's taking you to click it. All right. You're not allowed to sign online petitions. It has to be ink on paper, and it has to be signed under the penalties of perjury. You're going to have to go around and get 300,000 signatures in every jurisdiction throughout Virginia. All right. So if somebody's going to do this, you're going to need an army of people to get this through, and then that's to get you in court, and then that gets you in front of a judge, and then you have to plead. Then what happens is actually the prosecutor's office has to takes the case, and they'll have to take your factual allegations and prove them. So you're going to have to prove something that the governor did that misused his office. And keep in mind, it's never been done. Not one time, never. In the history of Virginia, the removal process has never successfully been done to take down an elected state official. So there's the law. Please do not share and continue promoting these online forums. You're wasting people's time. It has to be done this way. It can't be done in any other way in Virginia. And I'm hoping that puts everybody on the right track, that if you're going to do this, you're going to have to print out a lot of paper. You're going to have to get, you're going to have to draw the petition up. You're going to have to get signatures. People that are collecting those signatures are going to have to, you have to put 12 on a page. So you're going to have, 30,000 pages of paper of people's signatures. And those people that are collecting those signatures are going to have their names notified and notarized and all that. It's a big deal. Very, very unlikely anybody's going to get this done, but Godspeed to anybody who really wants to do it. You have the tools. If you really want to do it correctly. Quit doing these online programs, and hopefully you can make that happen. All right, so just so I'm about to sign off here, but look, here's the code section 24.2-233. Okay. All right, and then here's the voter registration elections database. Okay. It's very easy to find. It's right on the Virginia elections page. And these are the numbers right here. Okay. All right. Well, I hope that helps. Have a good night, Facebook. Signing off.